Okay guys, welcome back to Hobbies and Gadgets. So I've got a few tips what I'm going to show you. So the first thing is the water tank. As you can see, there's water up here. If you buy one of these tanks guys, what you got to remember, it needs a breathe valve. So I've just ordered they're for fish tanks. So basically you put a little tiny hole in it and then you put the breathe hole so no water will splash around. A lot of people don't explain this, so if you don't do this, what will happen when you got your pump on, this will just draw in and you'll knacker your pump out, so this will keep drawing in, and obviously you'll cause a damage to your pump, and obviously you might even break your tank. And obviously I've upgraded it with a normal tap valve, because the plastic valves, they are crap, they just snap a lot. And that's about it on the tanks. I'm just explaining that because it will just suck in. I had that experience guys. I didn't put a breather hole. He didn't tell me that in the instructions, and this thing was drawing in. Lucky I spotted it, so I put a little tiny hole here. Or you can leave the cap off, but if you leave the cap off, obviously if you're driving, all the water's going to go out if you forget it. So the best thing to do is put a little breather hole at the top, the highest part of the water tank. And I will show you the little breather hole. Try and get like a little picture up in the diagram below. It's only 99p. That's it for the tank. So another thing about the fridge. So the Dometic fridge, it's a three-way, so it works on 12 volt, 240 volt and gas. What I want to talk about, because a lot of people are saying my 12 volts not working. How the 12 volt works on most of these fridge, it only maintains the temperature. So example, technically you're meant to put it on your 240 or your inverter or your gas. When it gets to its temperature, then you switch it over to the 12 volt. So when you get, like the degrees you want it to, or your temperature you wanted it to, you switch it over to your 12 volt. A lot of people just think they can switch it onto 12 volt and it starts freezing your fridge. That's wrong. Some fridges might do that, but all my fridges I've had, you have to use the 240 or your inverter or the gas to get it up to temperature, and then you switch it over to 12 volt. So that's that. What else can we speak about? My gypsy banner. This thing's great. So this is working awesome. Working pucker. I love this thing. This is just working a treat. And what I like about it, I'm learning day by day. So obviously, if you want it to burn long time period, how I have it about there, and then I just shut this. And that's it. So I just want to tell you something about this guys. I've had this van up to 30 degrees in the van. I think it was about an hour and 20 minutes or something like that, and in here was 30 degrees. So obviously I was playing around with this oxygen thing here, and it kept in here really toasty. So because it was so hot, I'm going to add windows inside the van now. I'm going to put most probably 2, 4, 6, 7 windows in there. Obviously I've got vents. I will put some windows in here because it does get hot. Right, one more thing, my shower. I have a lot of questions about the shower. So these are normal garden hose. Goes down, I plumbed it in properly. Gas hose. I did have this on, it is on a quick release, but I'll put it through the vent up to the top, going down. It's on a quick release. The reason I put it on the quick release because I didn't know where I was going to put the wood burner, because this quick release was coming down here before, but I moved it behind the wall so it's more safer. I don't want nothing, I don't want no gas near my wood burner, and it's safe to be up here guys. Yeah, this thing don't get hot. You can put your hand in it, obviously you can feel warmness when it's on, but it's not hot to like catch fire or melt my tubes or anything like that. So obviously it bounces off the wood and then it goes up here, and then the fumes go out on the vent. That's that. So that's another project done there guys, and that works really great. And it's easy, I can change these pipes, I don't know, every year. Because they're cheap, these pipes are cheap, these gas pipes. So if I wanted to, I can change them every year if I think they're going to be a bit rotten and that, but so far so good. So that's that. Plenty of wood to burn. What else is there? What else can I mention? That's about it really, guys. Just give you a few tips there, because you know, especially if you're doing DIY building vans. Oh yeah, I've still got to do my other bed area. It's gonna be a bed up here. I'm just gonna modify some poles, and that's about it. My battery bank's doing really good. 12.8 volts, you know, it's bringing in 0.5 amps. Actually today it was bringing in 2.2, and it's not even, you know, the weather's quite shit today. Oh yeah, just reminded me. So, my pump. So, flick it up, it's on. Oops, let the tap on. That's what I wanted to show you. So this is electric tap. It's one of those ones when you've got like two wires and you connect it to your is it the submersible pumps or whatever they're called? And I'm just letting you know, you do not need one of those pumps. So if you've got, you know, one of those big pumps, what I've got in mine, so let's show you. So if you've got one of those big pumps there, so what you do, put a split valve on it, like so. Run it up to that, and that's it. So obviously how it works, because it's got the pressure going up to the line, you just switch it on and it just comes up basically. So these taps do act as, you know, like a proper tap, so you don't have to use the electrical parts for it. So what I'm saying about the electrical part is, you know, these wires in that there, I don't know if you can see that, so you don't really need these. That's about it, guys. So I'm signing out.